So creating a ripple, right? It's always been wanting to deal hope. I always said, I'm a hope dealer. What do you deal? Because we're all dealing something, but what do you deal? And to me was hope dealer. And so the ripple effect of hope dealing, one drop of hope at a time, one drop can make a huge difference. I am able to service anyone in the world that, no matter the age, demographics, really nothing that can stop me servicing. Abundance is there waiting for each and every one of us. We just need to reach and get it. If you want to crawl, we will crawl. If you want to walk, we'll walk. If you want to run, we'll run. Whatever it is. But if you stay put, then I stay put. Really opening the eyes that we are accountable to ourselves. And if you're longing for something, you're wanting something, is because there's really something in there that needs to be expressed. And so how do we help you express that and become that, or just see that you already are that? How do we get rid of everything that clouds it? Hello, everyone. Welcome. Today, I am super excited to introduce to you guys one of my newest friends, an amazing, amazing practitioner. Her name is Beth. Beth, welcome. How would you like people to get to know you? I want to make sure that I say this properly. You're Beth to me.
Just Beth. I don't like to put a lot of emphasis on me and what I do. I like people to know that I love working with energy, and I love working with frequencies. I love working with natural, holistic ways to approach health and to help.
Yes. Energy, energetic, beautiful energy, Beth. I absolutely love that. Yes. And I am having such a amazing day preparing to talk with you and share my heart with you, because I know that I will be sharing some things about this AO scan that I haven't shared with you. But because of you, I've gotten to experience some pretty cool things myself. I've been able to empower my own family. And now, as I have rolled this out as part of my practice, a lot of my current clients are being benefited from this AO scan. And so let me first off welcome you. Thank you so much for your time and for all of your wisdom. You have been extremely patient with me and gracious and helpful, that I am forever, ever grateful to you for everything that you have poured into my life. And I want you to know that that ripple effect that you started by pouring into my life has definitely reached many others. And so definitely thank you so much for that. Um, it's been such a pleasure to know you. You and I met, we're going past 2 years, I believe, right? January, maybe it was
I
2 years?
did you attend the very first quantum?
Yes.
Okay, that's where we met. So that was
Yes.
in 2022. Yeah, I guess that's 2 years. Yeah.
Yeah, so just past 2 years, almost two and a half, really, right? And we met there, learning and being certified for quantum nutrition testing, and it's been life changing, wouldn't you say?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, yes, it has just, I can't even tell you how it has changed my life and how it has changed how I can help others.
Yeah.
It was amazing. And it's not even that and anyone can do it. That's the thing. Anyone can do it. You just have to believe you can do it
Yeah.
and do it,
And I could see within you, even meeting you there briefly. I mean, we got to know a little bit about each other and hung out very little during dinners and whatnot, lunch. Uh, but I could tell you had certain wisdom, and you just had this reassurance that this, what you were taking, that quantum nutrition testing course you were taking, certification, was going to empower you. I could just see that. And now that I understand what you had been dabbling in, maybe about 3 years prior to that, is that about the right time?
Um,
And how much?
probably a little bit longer than that. I've been dabbling in a lot of things. Natural health and herbal supplementation and holistic ways of approaching health, like essential oils, things like probably since 2015.
Okay, perfect. Yeah. Yeah. And then the AO scan, you had been using it for how long before the quantum nutrition?
That okay, the AO scan. So we met in 2022. I started using my AO scan in 2021.
Oh my gosh. And it was so empowering because I remember you, I saw you working and sharing about the scanner a little bit during that quantum nutrition one first certification. And then as I got to see you again, and recently, just in again, we met in December, right? Is that when we last saw each other in
Yep,
December?
December. Level
Yeah, when
three.
we just both got, certified for quantum nutrition 3. Then I was like, okay, I want in. Like, what are you doing? I was just like, this is gonna be good. And sure enough, you started to share with me. You got my information, right? Which I guess we could share right now a little bit about what does it entail, right? What is the AO scan and what does it entail? So I knew I was giving you my name, my email address, I was giving you my height and weight. I was so brave to do that. And then right, I was so brave. So then I also gave you height. What else did I give you?
Birth date.
Birth date. Okay, so that's what I gave you. And I didn't know really much what was going to happen. I knew something amazing would happen, but I wasn't sure. So then you and I connected after I came back. And it just so happened that I was going to the mall with my husband one of those days after we started to connect.
Right.
And I thought of reaching out last minute to you and saying, you know what? We're about to go to the mall. And I hate going to the mall. I always look for the exits. I want to get out of there faster than I got there. And, what can you do? And I told my husband, Beth is going to help me. She's going to help me chill because we were shopping for him. And
Oh, okay.
sure enough, do you remember that? Do you remember
I
kind of
do.
what you did with me? Let's,
I remember that. I could probably pull up the playlist that I created for you. I created a frequency playlist
yes,
and I called it Fears of the Mall.
yes, yes.
And I ran it for you all day, or not all day, several hours. And I remember I didn't hear from you. And then I messaged you. I said, how did you do at the mall? And she said, oh my gosh, I was there. I didn't have anxiety. I was, and that was amazing. And that was just one little small thing,
Yes,
you know, that wasn't even like, I guess you could consider that a health issue, but the anxiety, but when people have something like, for example, pain or I don't know, like allergies or something like that, and you run frequencies for them and they notice a difference right away, they're like, what did you just do? What'd you do? I said,
yes,
I didn't do anything. I told I sent frequencies to you, and frequencies balanced your body or balanced what was out, helped bring back into balance what was out of balance so that the body could do what it needed to do to heal. Because, you know, we have to say up front that the AO scanner does not diagnose. It's not a medical device. It does not heal. It gives you information. It
yes.
gives you information on how to help yourself, but it also provides the body with the frequencies that it needs to heal itself. So that's
Correct.
the
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah. So this totally segues perfectly into what exactly is the AO scan. So, when I offer, for instance, I have a case in which I offered recently. So, is it okay that I run some frequencies for you? Is it okay that I input your information? Let me send this paperwork. And as soon as I receive it with your permission, can I run this stuff for you? And the answer was yes. And so when they were like, but what exactly is this going to do? Like, how does this work? What would you say to someone? How did you explain that to me? How did you, one of the many ways, I'm sure, because there are many ways to be explained.
There are many ways. It is very hard. One way that touches people, they understand using the analogy of a telephone. When I dial your phone number, because number one, let's back up. Because number one, they're like, how do those frequencies know to go to me? How can I be over there or in another state, even in another room, whatever? How do those frequencies find me? How do they know? Well, it's quantum physics. There's scalar waves. It's quantum physics, but you can compare it to a telephone. So I have your phone number, you have mine, and I want to talk to you. So I pick up my phone, I dial your phone number, and when I hit call, it goes directly to you. It doesn't go to my husband or my daughter or your husband, goes to you. And that is how the scanner works. That is why we put in your we create a profile and we put in your weight, your height, your birth date, your email, your name, and that creates a signature, your personal frequency like signature. And the scanner can locate you that way. You could also think of it as intention. There's a lot of intention behind it. So when you're running frequencies for someone, you're setting an intention of helping them with whatever type of frequency you're sending them. But it's always the intention of healing, of positive, of, you know, love, whatever. And so you can also consider it, you can look at it as a prayer. You
Yeah.
know, when you pray for someone, how does that prayer reach them?
Yeah.
It's frequency, it's
Yeah.
intensity, it's quantum.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
hard to explain, but that's the best way for people in layman's terms to understand, because they you know, I can't tell you how a telephone call works. I just know that it does.
Yes, and
You
we're
know?
not stuck to the wall, right? I mean, we don't
Right,
have the wire to
right,
the wall. Yeah, yeah.
right. Yeah.
That's so
So
true. Yeah, it's something that is extremely beneficial. You know, again, another non-invasive way. It could be happening as you're working, or if you happen to know the time that your practitioner is going to be running those frequencies, you can choose to meditate, rest, whatever it is that you need to do to nurture yourself or to be ready to receive it, or you just are willing to receive it and you go about your day. And when Beth or I input your information, then the frequency goes to you and it's healing. It's a healing frequency in the sense that the intention is to send you what is needed in the body to balance, right? We're balancing the energy. And I have seen such amazing things. You were able to help us with my daughter.
mhm.
One of my daughters had a skin situation that was pretty acute. I would say it was one of the most advanced skin situations that I had seen in a long time, where, especially being the parent, you know, thankfully I have you as a friend and as a practitioner and an expert with the AO scan and quantum and essential oils, where you were able to guide me. Plus, you're a mama, so you knew that this mama over here was like needing some support, because I even got some frequencies sent my way,
Mhm.
and we were able to support my daughter's skin in such a way that we went from just spreading stuff around her skin to where it stopped spreading, to where it calmed down being angry and inflamed, you know, inflamed. You were sending frequencies for healing and for also emotional support, because it
Yes,
was connected
yes,
to emotions, right? And
right.
so I have seen it within myself. I have seen it with my own daughter. I have seen it with clients with our home, because let's talk a little bit about who can benefit from these frequencies, because that was one of the coolest things to find out. Tell us the categories.
Oh, well, everyone can benefit. So the categories of who can benefit, or the
Or
category.
like, well, it would be people, so people and our animals,
Oh
our
yes, animals,
livestock.
anything. You can create. So the beauty of it, well, let's back up. Let's talk about your daughter's skin. One of the first things that I did for your daughter was, and this is where the muscle testing comes in too,
Yes.
because you can muscle test the exact frequencies. You can muscle test causes of the rash or whatever was going on her skin.
Yes.
You can muscle test supplements that she might need, but you can also muscle test the frequencies, and also muscle test the best way to approach it, because the AO scanner, it has frequencies for everything, not everything, but skin, cells, bones, ligaments, tendons, arteries, veins.
Cellular, the
Yes,
mitochondria, right?
mitochondria, the chromosomes. Um, it will show hormones and all the pathogens. So you can utilize it to help someone in more of a it's targeted, but it's from different directions. So you can approach it from an energetic standpoint, you can approach it from an emotional standpoint, and then you can also approach it from a physical supplementation standpoint. So for her, the first thing I wanted to know, I knew you were already addressing it with supplements
Mhm.
um, and topicals, but I thought, is there an energetic component to this? So I did an energetic clearing.
Yeah.
And then and then and then I muscle tested how long to run that. So there were a lot of emotions tied to that, and there was an energetic root cause.
Yeah.
So that's what we
Yes.
addressed first. But then there were homeopathic frequencies. You can utilize homeopathic frequencies on the scanner. You can utilize flower essence frequencies. There's frequencies to help balance the chakras
Yes.
and the meridians. So you can get very specific in what you need. So, but it's for anyone. It is non-invasive. Now, you might want to, this again, where muscle testing comes in, you can muscle test how long this person might need those frequencies run for them.
Yes.
Is this person, like if you have some people are very sensitive to energy and frequencies, and they will, wow, just turn around just like that, or they can even feel the frequencies, some people.
Yeah. I feel it when I
They-
set it up. I always
yeah,
want to move to the side.
yeah. So you can feel it. I've run scans for people in a different state, and they're like, "Oh my gosh, I feel it. My fingers are tingling, or my cheeks are tingling." And it's not a bad tingle. It's just it's energy flowing.
Yes.
So, but you might have to, like, some people who are very sensitive or who are very weak or very ill, their bodies only have so much energy. So, and it takes energy to heal. It takes energy to accept the frequency. So you might have to start really slow with someone. You
Yes.
can, that's where the muscle testing comes in. And there's so many different ways to set the time for the frequencies and how to run them. And it's just amazing.
It's
But
a
it's
great modality to implement with the quantum, just like you keep reminding us of how important it is that you have the recommendations from the scan, and then you also have the quantum testing ability to
right,
know what to address first, and if you need to go deeper, because like you said, there are deeper systems, and there's different frequencies that we can go within the same depth of where the situation is and where
right.
it's located. And so it's super exciting to know that as I continue to learn from you, I can implement this with not just my household, but with anyone that's willing to, give it a try. Our homes, we can imprint things to our home. We can
Yes.
imprint things to our vehicles. I was able to explain it this way one time, and it was actually received very well. So I'm going to attempt to explain how is it that this works. So and I invite each and every one of you that's watching this video to maybe do something like this. Energy, right? Intention, frequencies. God spoke us into creation. I wholeheartedly believe that. And so I'm going to go with that belief, okay? My knowing. I know God did create us into existence, and he spoke the word, and there it went. Now, scientifically, there's an explanation. And one of the most visual ways to prove that is by growing two different seeds. So two beans, choose two beans and put them in the same type of container, two glasses, if it's see-through glasses. From your kitchen, just grab glasses, put cotton ball, put the bean, get it wet. One of them I would love for you guys to handle with touch, love, and tender care, like it's your baby. And the other one, like in disgust, like you don't want to touch it, but you're going to touch it and you're going to water it. One with love and one with negativity. And I would love for you guys to put them on the same place. Ours was on the mantle. They were on the mantle of the fireplace. Same amount of light, same room, and I could walk up to them and like curse to one and maybe love on the other. Right? Release your aggressions of the day to that one being, and I had my children observe what happened.
Wow.
I did that as a reminder to myself, and now I can connect it to quantum. But I was reminding myself that my words would either grow my children or not.
Right.
And so I was showing them that, but I was really telling myself, and it was a visual reminder. And it's the same thing with these frequencies. Um,
Right.
when you see the lack of growth and or the mold growth on the other that is being affected negatively by all that energy being sent to it, you guys will all understand how this scan can help, because it's the intention. I'm not writing an address or taking a fingerprint, right, from the being to know that it's directly to them. No, it's my intention. I'm thinking about that being. It's just like when I think about my mom and she's dialing the phone. And I'm
Right.
like, oh my gosh, you're not gonna believe how many of us have said that, right? How
Right.
I was literally about to dial. And
Right.
we know that's true because it's happened to us. So we believe the other person. It's real.
Right.
That's
Right.
quantum. And so
Yeah.
with that intention is that I am learning to help each and every one that's willing to invest in themselves, right? The time and the effort and giving me your weight. All of that. And thankfully, Beth has been such a great, you have been such a great, um, not just invited me to experience it, but you are amazing coaching all of
Oh,
us in your team, um, and just facilitating the use of this because I want to give you even something else that just took place because we talked a little bit about how you helped me preventing with an emotion of the mall. We talked a little bit about how it helped one of my children with her skin and how at first it looked a lot worse than getting better, but then because we understand how the body heals and the process of the dermis, flaking off and getting angry, and it didn't look as pretty after, but it was healing from inside out. And now it's you could see some spots, but it's not all there anymore. So we
that's
continue to
wonderful.
support that. So we talked about that. But then let's talk about another actual preventative pre-op and post-op that took place. And I know you're gonna be proud of me because I didn't reach out to you for
I
help.
know.
I
I'm gonna
was
hear this.
very, it was almost like I know that I work well under pressure. So I'm like, I'm gonna do it. So one of my children, another one of my children, had four wisdom teeth taken out. Some of them were impacted, therefore, general anesthetic had to be done. And so, we try to be as careful as we can, biologic dentist or holistic dentist or, whatever it is that we can to facilitate the natural way of healing for the body. And of course, we go to people that understand that concept. And so uh, we were able to do pre-op and do post-op with help of the AO scan. I ran frequencies before the operation, before the surgery, the removal of the teeth. I also did it afterwards. One of the things she did is she did a pre-op with her quantum nutrition practitioner to before she went in to know exactly what to do prior, what to do during, and then after, right? And so we followed everything natural, not one narcotic, not one
That's
synthetic,
amazing.
nothing was
That's amazing.
introduced to her other than the supplements that she tested for quantumly and also the AO scan.
Wow.
I like, my gosh, Beth, it's been life changing in our home.
Oh
So
yeah,
it,
absolutely.
it's
Absolutely.
empowering.
I remember one of the first, when I'd only had my scanner a couple of months and someone referred a woman to me. Um, she had, she had anal cancer
Mm.
and she'd done radiation. She'd finished it, but she was having horrible intestinal issues and diarrhea. And a friend of hers that was a friend of mine knew that I had this frequency healing. And so she called me. We talked. I listened. I don't even think that I wasn't doing quantum then. I don't think I was doing quantum then. I know I wasn't because I'd only had it for a couple of months. And I chose some frequencies for her. Remember, I wasn't muscle testing at that point. Chose some based off of what she was telling me, some frequencies and remedies from the scanner, and ran those for her. And I kid you not, a day or so later, she texted me and she said, "Oh my gosh," she said, "whatever you did, the diarrhea has stopped." She said, "This is life changing," and this like makes me emotional because she said, "This is life changing for me." She said, "What? I want one." And she
Yeah.
signed up. But I
Yes.
mean, just 2 days, just running frequencies for 2 days helped stop that. It brought her body back into balance after the radiation. And there are frequencies to help counterbalance radiation. That's what's so cool.
Yes.
Um, Nowadays there's all that. But even for for your daughter, you could have run frequencies during the procedure as well.
Yes. Yes.
And there's an erase function on the scanner. It's hard to do when you're using it on a computer, but if you had it on your phone, which you can download the software into the phone, any area that is painful or any area that might have like a wound or just something, an injury, you can hold there's an erase function. And what the erase function does is it erases negative energy.
Oh my goodness.
So you can hold that, like say I had my software on my phone, you could hit the erase and you could hold it up to the area. Say it was, she had the surgery for her teeth, hold it up to her jaws. And I think the erase function is like, it's 20 seconds. So you would muscle test how many times would I need to use the erase function to erase the negative frequencies and the trauma from that area. And it might be 3 times, might be 1. And then, so you're erasing like directly erasing the negative energy there. Then you can also imprint right into that.
Yes.
Um, there's just, and you'll, as you get more comfortable using it, you're going to get more creative because there's so many ways to use this. So
Yes.
many. It's all based on the only limit. This is what I tell people. The only limit is your imagination.
Yes, absolutely. Because if our intention is to help someone, we're going to be creative to do it. We're going to get creative how we can help them from here, how to make a nice bone broth that's going to nourish them. We're going to help them however it is. So we're going to think of ways that we can introduce that to the body, whether it is that I imprint a crystal and mail it out to them, as,
Right.
hey, you're doing a great job. And there's so much imprint in that with my intention, just like that bean that was growing on my fireplace, right?
Mhm.
My mantle because I was intentionally loving on it, right? And so it's super important. I heard that you were sharing a story that I watched, and you were sharing about the value of being able to service people through the voice aspect of the scanner, the inner voice. There's an inner voice. What is it called? Um, I'm trying to think if it's a what if it's a setting, right?
Inner voice, it's a function on the, it's a whole separate function on the scanner. There's so many, there's actually a scan and optimize function or feature where the scanner will scan, there's like, I don't know, 1,500 or more areas of the body that that are pre-programmed into the software of the optimal frequency, because we know scientifically what the optimal frequency of an organ is, or the blood or whatever. We know what the frequencies of those are. We know what the optimal frequencies, what the frequency is, and the scan will go through. Initially it will scan and it will measure the frequency of all of those areas, and then it will determine which ones are out of balance, or which one you can be out of balance high or out of balance low. When I say out of balance, the frequency of that area could be vibrating too high, which could cause inflammation or pain or anxiety, whatever. Or the area could be vibrating too low, which can cause fatigue, or if it's an organ, it can cause the organ to not function with enough energy to do its job. So it will scan, it will determine those out of balance areas, and then it will come behind with the frequencies that are meant to bring them back into balance. So that's one area. Then we have the inner voice, which the inner voice is where you have a person speak into the software. You can do it with a recording, or you could have them on the phone with you. You can be right in the same room. But what the software will do will measure the frequencies of the voice and measure the emotions in the voice.
Such
And
as a little boy or girl, I think it was a little boy, right, that had
yes,
some type of emotion where he was upset and mom was
had
able
night
to send
terrors.
him.
Yeah. Yes, he would wake up screaming and they didn't know what to do. They could not calm him down. Nothing was working, nothing. And so I said, okay, I would like for you to get a recording of him having, the breakdown. It was basically, it wasn't like an anger tantrum. It was more of an emotional break. Like he would just get upset and couldn't control himself. So I said, get a recording of him having one of his outbursts and then send it to me. And then so I did that. We generated the report. What it does is it generates 4 harmonics that you can listen to. The first, there are 3 different recordings. They've blended them now, but it will determine 4 emotions, the 4 top emotions that are the most out of balance. And you can listen to the music, but in the music is embedded frequencies that will bring those emotions back into balance. So they let this little boy listen to this music, and they said he slept through the night for the first time and they didn't know how long. And the next day, even the father was like, he's a different little boy. And when he did have a breakdown, it was over really fast. They would
Wow.
play the music. And
Yeah.
she said it was almost like a light switch. It was just so, it was just amazing. And then I had another client whose daughter was going through, she was 10. She was going through some emotional issues from a loss in the family. And so she contacted me and we had her record her voice. We sent her her inner voice. She started listening to it. The mother texted me. She said, I kid you not. She said, I watched her. I literally watched her listen to that music and her whole posture changed. Like it
Oh,
just relaxed and she was
wow.
calm. And this little girl is now off of her ADHD meds. So
Oh my goodness,
yeah,
so powerful.
it is
Very
powerful.
powerful. You know, and
Yeah.
it's as simple as, okay, send me a messenger through Facebook, voice, recording, or
Yeah.
send me, or let's hang up and call me back, and I'm gonna let it go to voicemail and record the child crying, or go ahead and have your emotional outburst and let me hear it a little bit.
Yeah.
And then what we do with that recording is we play it so that our app, right, our service listens to it, and then we run those reports, and then you guys get an email back. So our clients get an email where they have the recording, then they can choose to listen to it.
Yeah.
And so it's as simple as that. And it's extremely powerful. We have played around a little bit with the voice, the inner voice ourselves, just with what you have helped me. I am actually starting to offer it out to people because I know that it will imprint the true time need of support, right? Through that voice. Besides the scan that we can run, there is something to that, again, speaking it into creation. Sometimes we're speaking to that being that we're being so mean to, right? But sometimes we speak like that to ourselves. And so if that recorder translates it through the system that we use to, you need to love yourself a little bit more, then what that's going to do is going to put together that symphony of self-love, and we hear it, we receive it to the core, to our cellular level. So it
Yeah,
pops.
and it's the inner voice will find emotions you're not even aware of a lot of times as well. Like there's and you can it will give you a detailed report of where those emotions might be impacting you in your body physically, and which it'll show you possible vitamin and mineral deficiencies that you might be experiencing that are contributing, because again, which came first, the out of balance emotions or the out of balance body, or was it the body, it's the emotions, because stress drains our body of vitamins and minerals.
Yes,
It's an endless cycle, but anyway, so it'll show that. It will also give suggestions. It'll give suggestions like, say, okay, you need trace minerals, you need to increase your hydration, you might need chiropractic adjustments,
yes,
you might need a liver flush. Oh, you might have to deal with parasites. So it will give you, because all of these things going on in the body can contribute to out of balance emotions.
absolutely.
And out of balance emotions can cause these things in the body. So
It's a vicious cycle if we don't get a hold of it and learn to ground ourselves, or again use the tools that we have available to help us stay grounded, to help us become neutral again, right? And not receive the energy. A lot of us absorb the energy that we are around. And so we need to, like you said, a clearing, right? It's
clearing, energetic
certainly
clearing
important.
every day.
Yeah.
Energetic clearing, energetic shield. Start your day with that. And even when working with, when you see several clients a day, I suggest you do an energetic clearing and shield between each client.
Yes, I'm going to create, I actually thought about that because I'm running one that it's a little bit longer, but it's, if I just create a list just with the clearing, then that's faster, and it could be absolutely right in between clients. Yes.
Right. And I would muscle test at the end of the day. You might need to run another energetic clearing for yourself at the end of the day and just muscle test how long. Just
Yeah.
cleared with a clean slate, start over. And
Yeah.
I mean, it's amazing. And you can energetically clear your house, energetically clear your car, you can energetically clear your dog. And so
Yeah.
we can scan our pets, and the pets have the inner voice harmonics that come up for them. So you can help your pets emotionally as well. So
So literally they're barking or meowing and you record that? Is that what you're
they don't
saying?
even have to do it.
Oh,
For the PET scan, they don't have to do it. It's kind of, it bases it off of, I'm not really sure. You can get you can't, there's no recording function when you run your PET scan. So
okay.
you don't have to do that. But it does, it's more probably based off of what the vital scan finds out of balance, and then
Mhm.
it will correlate that to emotions.
Yeah,
So our calming emotions, there's I think 3 of them that you get for each PET scan that you do,
yes.
and it it's amazing way to help. Well, I mean, you went through the PET quantum training.
Yes, yes.
Now
It's
you can
so
take your
neat.
knowledge that you gained there and look at a PET vital scan,
Yes.
and that's, double the information to help
Like a
someone.
DNA really for your pet in a way, combining those two. Which
Yeah,
I wanted to ask, for instance, some of my clients are starting to receive their vital reports
right,
so that they can see. So I ran it and then I balance it, right? I scan and then I balance it or optimize. And then I
right,
send the email. So when they get that email, basically what they're going to see is where they were at
right,
the time of scanning and assessing, and the first column is going to tell them this is where your body is at that moment. And after optimizing, meaning running frequencies to bring you to homeostasis, a well-balanced body, this is where you end up after this one round. And so the shift that they see, whether they were sensitive to bananas right before the optimizing and then they're not sensitive to bananas afterwards, that's the change.
yeah,
And sometimes it takes several, right, different
right,
frequencies ran in order for that to actually clear out, but we
right,
can definitely help building blocks, basically.
right,
It's what it is. So
right. Yeah, exactly. And it's it's a frequency. So the food sensitivities that are showing up, they're not, you don't have to look at them as, oh, I'm allergic to that food. It's more, is the frequency of this food resonating with the frequency of my body at this time? And if it's not, our body might not process that food very well, and it might cause some inflammation or digestive,
then the body starts talking with, what we call the symptoms, right? The body starts talking like, help, you shouldn't have had any melons after your big steak. You should have had it before the steak.
You're right. And another thing too that you can put together from the food sensitivities, if a lot of, say for example, a lot of greens are showing up out of balance for someone, you might ask, okay, can this person handle oxalates very well? You know, because there's a higher level of oxalates in green vegetables, in a lot of green vegetables, not all of them. And maybe you need to look at kidney health or digestive health. So there's something going on with the digestion
Yeah, the
that's not
enzymes.
allowing them to process that food. Yeah,
Absolutely. Yes,
yeah.
absolutely. Yeah. This again has been, Beth, so empowering to our house,
Yeah.
to those that we know, right? To the practice. I mean, it's so powerful. And I know that you have a huge part to share and to support all of us. And so I thank you for that because it's really making a difference in many ways. I now I'm able to, because of you, I'm able to help others through this. Your ripple definitely is going far
Right.
and wide, and it's super exciting. And I know that you have exciting things coming with your practice and what you're doing. How can people find out more of what you do and maybe even become part of our team if they wanted to have their own scan? Or scanner, not a scan, because the scan, you guys get a hold of me, I can run your scan. If you guys want to be part of the team and like do what
Right.
we're doing, let's contact Beth.
No, well, here's the thing that if some of your clients are just amazed at the health benefits they're receiving from this and they want, because it is my belief, and I might be partial, but I believe every household should have this because just from the experience that my clients and people on my team have had, saving money, not having to go to the doctor, not having to take medications if, like your daughter she could avoid the pain meds. Those are so bad for you.
Absolutely.
That's
We
amazing.
avoided toxins because of this. How
Exactly.
cool is that?
Exactly. You can help balance emotions and be a more happy, joyful, loving person. So but if your clients decide they want that, they can contact you. They can contact me if they want, but you can sign them up. You can help them, and then I will help you to help them. And that's what I want to do.
We'll
I
just
want
grow
to
our
grow,
family. Be
yeah,
fun.
I
Yes.
want to grow our community, and
Yes.
that's the way to do it. I'm currently working. I'm currently working with Aaron to
Yes.
develop my website, which hopefully will be ready in a week or so.
Yay.
That's where they can reach me. I do have a Facebook page, and I can send you a link to that. It's High Vibrations with AO. I think that's what it
Yes.
is.
Yes.
So it's mainly for my team, but anybody can go there.
Yes.
I'm probably, and another thing that you can start to do, Vilu, frequency groups, frequency groups.
Yes, I think I want to do something for some mamas. Maybe this weekend I'll roll something out. I saw something that you put out there, and I was like, that's such a neat thing to do, to love on some mamas and see who wants to have something empowering them and really putting themselves first, right? We as nurturers, anyone, whether we are a mama or not, anyone that's willing to help someone, I think it's like a mama heart. And so
Yeah.
you're pouring out and you're giving and loving, and it's not selfish to give something back to ourselves. In
No.
fact, if we don't take care of ourselves, we not only do we teach those that are watching us to not care for themselves first, but we deplete what we can actually give and the quality we can give to others. And so I actually, yeah, I'm having an idea of offering something like that, and
Let
they,
me know. Yeah, and let me know
yeah,
if you need help.
yes,
I am excited though. My new website is going to be called quantumwellnessforyou.com. So it's
nice,
quantum wellness number 4, letter U for you.
yes. Yeah, so remember that, guys, then go check it out. Absolutely. This has been, again, very empowering in many ways. And I do too agree with you that every household should have access, if not through their practitioner, through their own access to the AO scan, learning how to maneuver it. But it could be as easy as, reaching out and saying, hey, give me a try, Vilu. If you haven't tried that out, reach out to me. It's easy peasy to go to the website, onedropofhopeatatime.com, and make sure that you just schedule a 15-minute powwow with me. It's not going to cost anything. I'm going to love on you, just like that bean up on that mantle on my fireplace that grew big and strong, and the other one that was neglected was so sad, and we actually got rid of it because mold really took over.
Wow. And that's amazing. The other one
You
didn't.
should try it. You should totally try it, Beth.
Yes, I think I
Yeah, because it's a
will.
good, people can see how the bean thing goes, or the seed, how it's growing with the positive reinforcements and the negatives, and they see the difference. And that's exactly what we're doing here. We're sending you prayer, just like prayer, same thing as prayer, and same thing as, the intention of loving someone.
Right.
We walk into a room and we can sense the tension or the love. Same situation. That's the energy wave. That's the ripple of our heart, the ripple of our energetic field that we all have, everything living has. So, super excited that we can talk about this and share. I know
Yeah.
that everyone watching this video is going to be so much empowered and curious, and therefore they're going to be reaching out so that we can give them a quick sample of what this can do. I know I'm running different frequencies for people this week already, and I know that they're seeing healing taking place. And so, just like I have been using it for my cough, you guys could hear a little bit of a cough through my travels. I just recently did a video talking about why some cases can go bad or reverse, or why they get worse. And one of my things was traveling, and then I had some exposure to black mold, and then through coming back home, I know several of us on the same airplane became ill with something else. Their body was just saying they needed to get rid of stuff. And so that's what I've been doing. And so that's another one. I've been using the AO scan to support my respiratory system, my bronchioles and the phlegm and all that stuff that you guys might have heard throughout this video. But again, I have been able to take care of this without anything coming into my body, no heavy metals, no toxicities, and at home, at the comfort of my home, and seeing the difference. It's not like I'm not seeing a difference. I'm getting better, but it's been continuously support through different things. The essential oils that are energy, right? The supplements, the AO scan, and the support of people just like you, Beth. So I am so thankful.
I'm thankful for you for having me on here. It's been a lot of fun.
Thank
One thing I do want to say really quick.
Yes,
So when you travel, there is a frequency, I don't know if you know of it, under quantum frequency called aura builder.
I heard of that, but I wouldn't have thought of travel.
Oh
And
my gosh, you need to run that for yourself or imprint that in a ring or, you can imprint that into a bottle of your essential oils and you can take the essential oil with you and put it on. But Aura Builder builds your aura, your bioshield,
wow,
helps protect you.
it's
Yeah.
protected. It's like continuous. It's like that grandma praying for you the whole trip
Whole
nonstop.
time, the whole time. And I will tell you one quick example. I was at I was at level 1. No, I was at level 2. I think it was level 2. Or it might have been level 1. It was level 1. Anyway, I had my scanner with me. I knew I was going to be flying and I was stressed. I didn't sleep well because I never sleep well in a hotel. And I was stressed about making sure I got up early enough to get up. So anyway, I took the scanner. Remember I was telling you about the erase function.
Yes.
So I had my actual, it was on a phone. And so I knew I was stressed. And I don't know what made me think of this. I erased over my heart 1 or 2 times. And then I imprinted, I can't remember what I imprinted now. Radiation detox was one of them.
Yes.
Love, stress-free. I don't remember what it was. So I just put that and I held it up to my heart and I imprinted.
Oh, wow.
Go through the airport and I wanted to not go through the scan thing, but the line had been so long that I didn't have time because I said, I opted out and I said, well, we're running short on people. You're gonna have to wait about 10 minutes. I can't wait 10 minutes. So I was like, whatever, I'll just go through it. So I went through it and it went off, it beeped. And I was like, what? So I ended up getting patted down
You
anyway.
were charged. You were
No,
certainly
here's
charged.
here's the thing. They were like, do you have any medical devices like a pacemaker or something? And I said, no, why? I looked up at the screen. I kid you not. There was a square over my heart where I had imprinted frequencies. And it set off the thing.
Oh my
Its
goodness.
radiation couldn't get through it. So I was like, wow, so that's how powerful they are. And it was a square. And they asked me if I had a pacemaker. I said no. They couldn't figure out.
Wow.
They patted me down. They didn't find
That's
anything
science right there. That's proof. You could actually see it right there.
to see it. There's so many. I could just talk for hours on just examples of the amazing.
I'm gonna have you back and we're
Yeah,
gonna talk
please do.
about some of the modalities that you also can apply because I know you've been
Yes.
a yoga instructor, you've been a spin instructor, you've been
Personal trainer.
personal trainer. You also talked about something that was very, very intriguing to me, which was, let me see, you did something with, I have notes on you, Beth. Let me see. Just
Muscle activation techniques.
muscle activation. That I'm gonna tell you something. You might get appointment request by moi because I wanna, I mean, I know a little bit about it, but I've never met someone that actually has executed that, and I know that it's extremely powerful, and I know that my body would
Yeah.
love some of that love. So
Well, and I'm not currently practicing. I had to stop do some health issues, which I, helped myself with all of
yes,
that's what got me into natural health.
right,
But it's amazing. And when I look back on that, I'm because it's a type of energy work. It's basically showing the muscle, like the muscle's forgotten how to contract. The central nervous system's not connecting.
right.
The muscle's not contracting. So you're activating that muscle with touch. We call it palpation, but it's just amazing. So it was like a stepping stone to what we're doing right now. I mean, I didn't
Absolutely.
understand it back
Yeah,
then.
yeah,
It
yeah.
was like cutting in.
It's super cool. I just love everything you do. You have, I mean, again, everything when you speak about anything that you're teaching us or anything like that, guiding us, all of your experience, all of those modalities show how important they have been with you being able to help others and how you're able to apply them smoothly. Like it just it's super nice. So it's such a gift that you have, and I'm so grateful that I know you and that I get to share with you, and of course share your wisdom with other people, because again, your ripple has gone deep and wide, and I love it. Thank you so much, Beth.
I love nice new circle of friends that I've met. I mean, I think things happen for a reason, and we all have the same goal. We're trying to
Yes.
help others, trying to help others help themselves, and it just makes me really happy. So I'm glad that you brought me on because I do. It's not that I don't like talking about myself. That makes me uncomfortable, but I will talk all day about the
Yes.
modalities that I use. So
Yes.
anyway,
Well, thank you. I appreciate your time. And so, again, guys, this has been another episode of Your Ripple. Here we go. This was a beautiful friend of mine, Beth. And here we go. We're going to keep playing with frequencies, hoping that we can empower you and yours. Reach out to us and let us help you out.
have a
Thank you,
great
guys. We'll talk with you guys soon.
bye.